Hello everyone, this is Isaac, and we are back with No Bench and Dragon Hardcore Challenge. Episode 3. Lots of juicy animals all around, but I'm pretty well stocked for food right now, and I haven't had a lot of trouble finding animals. So if I see an easy one to drown, I might go for it, but I doubt that will be required. And in a space like this, I can't drown him, because I need a 3 tall. So I need to dig the leaves out, and that's complicated. I mean, obviously I got this one because he seemed pretty easy, but all this leather is useless. I can't make any of the armor without a 3x3 grid, which again I will never have. It's the whole point of the challenge. Water, my arch nemesis. That's kind of an off-the-wall reference if anyone gets it. It was also out of order, so, but anyway. Now, still just looking for an NPC village. There's not really anything else that I can concern myself with, which I know it's boring, but there's nothing I can do. I have to find that freaking village. If I don't know what else I can do. As far as what I need to do long term, to actually go to the end, I obviously need to find a stronghold, which I can do pretty easily. I need to farm Endermen for a while and farm Blazes for a while, both of which will be very difficult. To get all the Ender Eyes, I need to complete the portal. Then I will complete the portal, go through it, enter the end, and I think the best method for me to fight the dragon would be to have a pick, which I can find in NPC chests, either type, I think, or at least stronghold and village, maybe not dungeon, but and take that pick and use it to mine some of the end stone. And use that end stone to craft a little pillar, which gets me above the Endermen, so they're not a problem, and then barriers around the pillar, so I can't be pushed off by the dragon's flight. And once that's done, you know what? I'm just going to hole up for this night. No, I can't just do that. I'll never have a bed, and I don't want to just like leave it running for all night and then fast forward through it. I'm going to try and keep moving. It'll be dangerous, but I think I'm up for the challenge. It's just zombies. Because then once I'm in there, I think I should have, if nothing else, snowballs, but preferably a bow. Get a bow to drop from some skeletons, which will obviously require skeleton farming, which is going to be very dangerous without any sort of decent weaponry. But hopefully I can find a pair of iron swords and use one for farming and one for the actual fight. I think I'm going to have to kill this guy. He's right in my way. As long as you see him coming, one spider is not a huge threat. Groups of them can get pretty nasty if you're barehanded, but actually, since I have some time to talk, I may as well, yeah, I know I just got hit, I'm terrible. I may as well discuss my sort of philosophy on fighting every mob. So spiders and zombies, you just juggle. Spiders are easier to proof against, or I don't know, zombies are easier to proof against since they can't go through walls. But it's also easy to spider-proof structures. So really, in your base, you shouldn't have to be fighting either one. Spiders are much more valuable to fight because string is used for a lot of cool things, and even with the rare drop, zombies are not that exciting. Both of them, all you can really do is just juggle them by hitting them backwards. None of the special combat techniques work terribly well on them. Personally, I've always been a fan of critting zombies if you're in a safe enough location that you can go for the jump crits. But against a spider, they're kind of unideal because the spider's jumpiness combined with you jumping can really lead to either you just missing and him hitting you, or just a giant confusion, giant amount of confusion, which would just be bad. Okay, there's an Enderman. Am I safe here? Well, I'm in the middle of the water, so unideal. If it was a better circumstance, I might try to actually fight him, but by making a roof, which I'll explain in a minute. But skeletons, obviously you want to try and fight from range. If you can't do that, you can do some funny tricks with corners. So you'll want to make a too tall corner so he can't shoot you. You can leave the bottom out if you want, I guess. You can see his feet, but in essence, you want him to get as close as possible to you before the fight actually starts, because he has range, and if you have a bow, kill him with a bow, but if you don't have a bow, then you don't have range, obviously. So you want to get him on a corner so you can sprint around the corner, hit him with your first hit, preferably not a sprint hit, because that'll throw him backwards, but so come around the corner quickly, sprint was not the correct word to use, and kill him by hitting him once backwards, and then every time that he gets juggled up into the air, use that as an excuse to push forward, and then hit him again, then push forward, then hit him again, and repeat. And by doing that, you can typically get hit once or twice and take him out with like an iron sword or even stone. Creepers, it's all about sprint hits. You want to get that knockback going on. If you just keep them knocked back, they won't blow up. Know all the damage numbers, so you know how many times you have to hit him, and when there's only one left, double hit him. It'll just be much faster. Or if you want to play it safe, you can always go just for the last sprint, but much faster to know that he's one or 2 hits away from death, and then just sprint up and hit him twice in quick succession. That's not too terribly dangerous, although this certainly is. All this untamed jungle monsters could be anywhere in it. I have no way of... No, that's just a birch tree. I thought that was a skeleton there, which would have been pretty bad. Oh, there's pumpkins. That's really nice. I need to get that. So how am I going to do this? I guess I could fight the zombies. It seems counterproductive, though. Although I don't want to run in there and try and break it while being tailed. I could just go far into the water and wait for day, but that would be boring, so let's try and do this hardcore. So there's one behind me at least. I think there's one in the jungle out here. Oh, he's like right next to the pumpkin. That's not fair. I think there's just... Oh, no, there are more than one. Man, I thought there was just one. Okay. Well, at least I get more resources out of it. Okay, so this is just more examples of how to kite if you don't actually want to fight the monsters. Just keep in mind all of their positioning, keep in mind their movement speed, and really the whole key to understanding kiting in Minecraft is understanding vectors. So hopefully you know what a vector is if you don't Google it. It's just lines, essentially, lines between disparate points. And if you know how to plot monsters' vectors, and keep in mind they'll always be traveling in a reasonably straight line towards you, terrain permitting, then you can pretty easily kite them so they all stay relatively far away from you. And it's also really good if you have this ability, which I'm not sure if it's just me, I bet other people have it. It helps me a lot in speedrunning. But the ability to, in essence, keep track of something that's happening off-screen. So, like, even though I can't see the zombie, it might seem like I often know where he is. I'll flip around and be looking right at him because I know that he's just about to get to me. It's just a practice thing. You just need to know how fast he's moving and how far he's going, and then just be able to do the math in your head. I don't actually calculate exact numbers, but, do the circumstantial math in your head. That's how I do it. I'm sure there are other ways to fight, but a lot of kiting like this is just based around knowing where the monsters are by figuring out what direction they're going to be moving and how fast they move at all. But back to my early... Ooh, that's a better Enderman. I wish there weren't so many zombies around. Ugh. This might just be too nice to pass up, though. Okay, so in order to fight him safely, I need to have a roof that he can't come under, like this. And then I can just swim out in the water if it gets really bad. This is stupid. I'm going to have to fight a ton eventually, but I'd like to have an iron sword, which I'll get from a chest, obviously. And the fact that I can't see anything else when I'm looking at him makes it kind of bad, but you know what, let's just do this. Worst case scenario, he just kills me in like 2 hits. Why are you not aggroing? There we go. Alright, come here. Do not like, do not like, do not like. The fact that I can't see what else is going on is what really bothers me. Because if a zombie knocks me out of my protective covering, and then the Enderman just kills me, that's a distinct possibility. I'm going to need to fight them eventually, though, so if I can get one now, which I can, obviously. I hear you, zombie. Damn it! I was afraid of that happening. Come on. Ugh. I've been fighting him for so long, only to be foiled by this. And the Enderman's just gone, of course. He was a little too close. I shouldn't have gone for it at all, in fairness, but... And now I'm just going to have to eat a ton of my food. Yeah, give me my experience. Man. That was going well. Okay, I see a skeleton dying over there, though. So if nothing else... Oh, that's just a zombie. Man. Let's try and find some skeletons that are about to die. I could really use the bones and arrows. They're both helpful. Bones less so, but still helps. Although just wildly running through forest will get me creepered, so I should be cautious. Although now I am healed back, so it's not that bad. Ugh, man, I almost had that Enderman. Everything was working properly, though, so at least I know for certain that tactic works for the future. Typically, I just lava bucket them, but because I can foresee it being a while until I can afford to do that, I'll have to learn other tactics. Lava bucketing is a good tactic to use both on Endermen and on wolves you want to kill, like other people's wolves. Or I guess just wolves in the wild, whatever. Anything that's neutral to you, but you want to kill it, place a lava bucket just like on the same block it is, and then whenever it moves around, pick up the lava and replace it where the thing is. Because the lava won't aggro it to you, since lava doesn't have an owner, and it'll still deal some pretty massive damage. So that's a really handy trick for Enderman and for Anarchy servers. If you come across someone's dog sitting somewhere and want to kill it without damaging your armor, just go ahead and lava bucket that. I think I covered pretty much every mob in my design, or my design of fighting them talk that I had a minute ago. I guess I talked about creepers. It's all about sprinting. Skeletons are about corners, so you can fight them up close. Zombies and spiders, you mostly just juggle. Endermen, you either use their height, a lava bucket, or water to gain an advantage over them, because in a straight one-on-one, you have a lot of trouble. Look at their feet when you hit them, is another good tactic. It makes them less prone to teleport away, and you can juggle them just by hitting their feet repeatedly. I should just cactus an Enderman. That'd be pretty funny. Just surround him in cacti. He'd just teleport, I suppose, but... What else? Blazes. Drink a fire protection potion and hit him with an iron sword. Like that, there's, I don't know. If you're going to be farming a blaze spawner and you don't want to use a mechanical method, which I don't know. I totally accept they're more efficient, so typically I would like things that are more efficient, but for some reason I don't like mechanically farming mob traps. So if you're going to be farming blaze rods, fire protection, make it so they can only spawn in a short room, so they can't use their flight to get the better of you, and keep in mind that they fire in volleys. So if you can focus on just dodging their first volley of shots, then you can probably kill them before they have time to prepare their second. Ghasts, you need a bow. If you don't have a bow, you can try and return to cinder them. It's very difficult. But ghasts don't actually do much damage, so just be careful not to get knocked off or to fall into the void when they blow out the floor. And when I say void, I mean lava pit. And that should handle ghasts. If you aggro pigmen, fight them just like zombies. They're the same. And again, the tactic for fighting zombies, if you can't hit their feet, I mean, hitting feet is always a nice tactic for any mob, but typically fighting zombies, you're going to want to just keep spamming attack in their direction and juggle them. If you have a block of height difference in either direction, it can actually help, including being below them. A lot of mobs you want to try and fight from above. The old war adage holds that, you know, don't do it, Anakin, I have the high ground. It's pretty much true, but fighting below zombies can be effective. Not so much spiders. They'll jump over you. Did a bit more talking this episode. Covered some topics that weren't, frankly speaking, on topic, but at least I discussed them, and hopefully some of you found it interesting. Still making some progress. Didn't get freaking Ender Pearl, which is most of what I spent that night trying to do. Just sat there punching him for like an hour. Didn't ever kill him. Lesai. Oh well. I might just swim across here. This desert seems to be wrapping. Or oh no, there's trees. Okay, good. I was about to say this desert's boring. But that's the end of this episode. Survived several nights without a crafting table. Hopefully soon I'll find a freaking village. If I go one more 15-minute episode without finding a village, I'll make a sped-up montage of me looking for them. Because I know that it's not the most riveting thing I could possibly be doing, and I am sorry about that. Do everything that I can. But hopefully some of my discussion of mob tactics and kiting will have helped at least someone. And hope to see you guys here next time. This challenge is pretty hard. Finding the NPC village is proving to be the hard part. I love you all. You're all beautiful. Goodbye.